Hello, I'm Sanjay Nayak from IBM, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can quickly and continuously develop and deploy container-based applications to on-premise and hybrid clouds using IBM and Docker products. IBM has integrated its UrbanCode DevOps toolset with Docker Trusted Registry to automate multi-platform and multi-container application deployments to hybrid cloud environment. Here we show a two-tiered multi-container application whose Node.js-based front-end will be built into a Docker image using IBM UrbanCode build, and the image will be pushed into an on-premise Docker Trusted Registry. Then IBM UrbanCode deploy will automatically pick up the new front-end Docker image from Docker Trusted Registry and deploy it to IBM containers in Bluemix. And it will deploy the backend containers to an on-premise Docker Swarm infrastructure using their images from the on-premise Docker Trusted Registry as well. Also, the front-end application connects securely using Bluemix Secure Gateway Service to the backend components running on-premise. So let's start with the demo. Here we see the stored front-end application running in IBM containers in Bluemix. Its image tag is 1.0.90 and it has a public IP. Now let's have a quick look at the application's user interface, which we will update and deploy again using IBM UrbanCode. It's a simple application. The user can log in using name, purchase products with the buy button, and view purchases. Note the color of the top panel and the buttons. We will reverse these with code change and redeploy the application. Now let's update the application's CSS file to change the colors and do the git commit. The git commit will notify IBM UrbanCode build and it will automatically kick off a build of that application. As we see, build 90 was the last one. And now as we refresh, build 91 is being built. We can click through to see the steps being executed as part of the build, such as building Docker file and pushing the Docker image to the Docker Trusted Registry. And now it is completed. We can expand the steps to see the status and log of each step again. Now we can also see the new image in Docker Trusted Registry's image storage folder. 1.0.90 was the last image and 1.0.91 is there now. Now in UrbanCode deploy, which has new plugins to support Docker and IBM containers in Bluemix, we see that the new plugin has automatically imported the new Docker image 1.0.91 from Docker Trusted Registry, and it's now available for deployment. In UrbanCode deploy, we define two environments for the deployment of the store application. One for all containers to be deployed on-premise and another for deploying the application in a hybrid manner. The front-end container on IBM containers in Bluemix and the back-end containers to on-premise. So let's run the deployment process for the hybrid environment. We choose the deploy process and the latest imported Docker image version from the front-end application and submit it for deployment. We have also configured an approval step for any deployments to this environment. So any person with a designated approval role can approve this deployment, as we do here. Once the approval has been submitted, the deployment will continue. Since we chose to update only the front-end component version, we see the other components do not need to be updated. Now let's see the process of the front-end deployment to IBM containers in Bluemix. First, the new image is pulled from the Docker Trusted Registry and it is then pushed to IBM Containers Registry in Bluemix. Then the current running front-end container is stopped and deleted, and a new front-end container is run from the recently pushed Docker image. And then the same public IP is bound to the newly running container. And as we see here, the public IP has stayed the same. Now we can see in Bluemix portal, which I'll refresh here, that the new front-end container will be running with the new Docker image version 1.0.91 and it has the same public IP. Now we go to the front-end user interface and hit refresh. We'll see the updated application with color changes is up and running and connected to the backend containers running on premise. As we log in with the name and buy items, the databases on the back end are connected and responding. Finally, here you see the administration user interface of Docker Trusted Registry, which allows to monitor its own system health and change its configuration settings, as we see here. So just to conclude, we showed how IBM has integrated its UrbanCode DevOps offerings with Docker Trusted Registry to enable multi-platform and multi-container deployments to on-premise and hybrid clouds. I thank you for watching. Feel free to provide feedback and drop by the IBM booth at DockerCon. Thank you.